What if everything we have been taught about wealth is backwards? We spend our lives in a relentless pursuit of more money, more success, more things, believing that this is the path to a peaceful and happy life. But what if the goal isn't to acquire more, but to just need less? Recently, I had the chance to visit a place that quietly, profoundly challenged all my assumptions. A place where the rhythm of life is different, and where the very definition of wealth seems to be written in the calm faces of its people. This is what Zanzibar taught me about true wealth.
Our lives are full of constant movement and choices. There is always something to do, something to watch, or somewhere to be. Stepping off the plane into Zanzibar feels like stepping into a different rhythm. The air is warm, the pace is slow, and the first thing you notice is the calmness in people's faces. There is a sense of genuine contentment here. We experience this with something as simple as a meal. We'd order food and sometimes wait for an hour. At first, my modern mind, wired for instant gratification, felt impatience. But you quickly see that no one else is stressed. Everyone is relaxed, talking or just watching the world go by. There is no anxiety about the wait. This was my first lesson, that the constant rush I was used to isn't the default state of humanity. It's a choice we've made elsewhere. There is a story my father once told me. A rich businessman meets a fisherman who has just caught a few fish. The businessman says, "If you work harder, you can buy a bigger boat, catch more fish, make more money, and eventually you can relax and sit by the ocean." The fisherman, confused, simply replied, "But that's exactly what I'm doing right now." We in the West often chase complex, stressful paths to achieve a feeling that exists right here, in its simplest form. We pursue wealth to buy peace, while this culture prioritizes peace itself. It's not about laziness, it's about a different definition of a successful life. This is where I learned the beautiful Islamic concept of qana, contentment with what we have. It's not about having little, it's about not needing more to be happy. As the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Richness is not having many possessions, but richness is the contentment of the soul."
This story isn't meant to romanticize poverty or suggest that financial security isn't important. It's a lesson in questioning our assumptions about progress. Being here has humbled me, making me realize that our relentless pursuit of more can sometimes blind us to the simple, profound wealth of a peaceful moment that is available to us all, if we choose to prioritize it.
They call Africa the mother continent, the cradle of humankind. And being here, you feel that nurturing embrace. It's a land of immense natural wealth. The soil is fertile, the sun is generous, and the ocean provides. This made me think, perhaps this abundance of natural resources is why a culture of contentment can flourish. When your basic needs are met by the land and the sea around you, the frantic accumulation of stuff becomes less necessary. The pressure to constantly produce and consume lessens. You're not dependent on a complex global system for your well-being. You're dependent on your community and the earth, which fosters a profound sense of gratitude and sufficiency. The West, with fewer natural resources perhaps, developed a culture of scarcity and competition, always needing to acquire more. But here there is a deep understanding of having enough.
Of course, this is just my limited observation from a short time in one beautiful corner of this vast and incredibly diverse continent. I know that Africa faces immense challenges, and my perspective is just a tiny glimpse. But that glimpse was powerful for me. It sparked a reflection on how our environment shapes our values, and how reconnecting with natural abundance, wherever we are, can be a path to greater personal peace.
This philosophy of enough translates into daily life in the most healing ways. When the sun sets here, it gets truly dark. There is no light pollution. Your body, following its true rhythm, gets tired early. You sleep deeply and wake up with the sun, genuinely refreshed. The food is the same. For breakfast, there's a small variety of fruits and egg dishes every day. It's not a big all-you-can-eat buffet. In the beginning, I have to be honest, I was a little bit annoyed by the lack of choices, but that feeling changed completely. After a few days, I felt so happy not to be overwhelmed by options. I enjoyed my simple meal without thinking about what I was missing. Without the burden of endless choice, I enjoyed my food more. I was nourished, not overwhelmed. And without the constant noise of TVs and advertisements, your mind gets quiet. You talk to people. You notice the world around you. These aren't deprivations, they are gifts. They are the practical applications of life that values peace over productivity. All of these things together, the slow pace, the quiet darkness, the simple food, had a powerful effect. I feel more aligned with myself. My mind is quieter. I feel less stressed. Zanzibar taught me that reducing stimuli and embracing simplicity can have a huge impact on your health and happiness. So, what is the real lesson from Zanzibar? It's a reminder of something we have forgotten. It's a reminder that true wealth isn't financial capital, it's social capital. Connection, community, and contentment. It's the richness of a soul that is at peace. Zanzibar and Mother Africa as a whole holds on to this truth. We can bring pieces of this home. We can create digital sunsets. We can choose simpler meals. We can remember the fisherman's wisdom and ask ourselves, am I building a complex empire to achieve a feeling I could choose to have right now? The goal isn't to reject modern life, but to integrate this spirit of qana, to find our contentment not in more, but in enough, and to remember that sometimes the most advanced way to live is to return to the simplest truths. That's it for today. Stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum.